Hi, welcome to our channel of IGNOU Audiobooks. Indira Gandhi National Open University, School of Continuing Education, Certificate Programs, Certificate in Nutrition and Childcare, CNCC, CNCC-2 Organizing Childcare Services, Block-3 The Child, Development During Toddlerhood, Unit-16 Play Activities to Foster Development. 16.1 Introduction. In the preceding units of this block, you have read about the abilities of toddlers and the nature of interactions between them and adults. These units would have given you an idea about the kind of play activities toddlers enjoy. Objectives. After studying this unit, you should be able to times plan and organize play activities that will interest toddlers. Times explain how these activities foster their development. Times make some toys using low-cost materials. 16.2 Play activities. The cognitive, language, motor and social capabilities of the toddler form the basis of the play activities described in this unit. As you will remember from Unit 11, play activities are not intended as a test of the child's abilities. The child must not be forced to master any activity. A relaxed and playful approach while conducting the activities will help in learning. The activities in this unit progress from simple to the more difficult. Each illustration in the margin signifies a different activity. After describing each activity, we have also stated how it helps in fostering development. You have to be careful to choose those play activities that are suited to the individual child's ability and maturity. Forcing a child to participate in activities for which she is not ready will cause frustration, anger, and disappointment. Being able to walk allows the toddler to explore the surroundings and to seek out play material. It also increases her range of vision. The pleasure of being able to move from one place to another is immense. The toddler walks for the sheer pleasure of it. Ask an 18-month-old to stand still. What response do you think you will get? Sunil, when asked to do so, stood at one place for a couple of seconds and then began to move. When his father said playfully, "Where are you going, Sunil? Don't move," he smiled and stood still for a few seconds before moving on again. This then became a game for them. As soon as Sunil would move, his father would ask him not to. Sunil would stop, laugh and then move again. Once the toddler has mastered walking on her own, you can play many games with her. For example, take the child's hands in yours as you stand facing her. Pretend you are an engine pulling a railway carriage or a horse pulling a cart and walk backwards, making the child walk with you. After some time you can change roles and let the child walk backwards and pull you. When toddlers have mastered walking, they find walking backwards a challenge. This helps them to develop balance as well as trust in adults who will prevent them from falling as they walk backwards. Toys with wheels that can be pulled with a string are enjoyed by children in this age group. They will drag the toy with them wherever they go. If the toy makes some sound, they will like it even more. As the child maneuvers the toy around corners, up the stairs, and between objects, her balance and coordination improve. Nina would insist on holding the chain of her pet dog and have him walk after her. Children at this age push chairs, walkers and small tables as they walk, and enjoy this a great deal. In the latter part of the unit, we have described how to make toys that can be pushed and pulled from low-cost material at home. 2.5-year-old Meera, whenever she got a chance, would hold on to the railing and climb up the stairs. Her mother would bring her down, scared that she would fall. But no sooner than her mother's attention was diverted to something else, she would go to the stairs and start to climb up again. Toddlers also like to climb over obstacles and jump from low heights. You may have noticed that often a child walks in the direction of an obstacle, such as a small box, and steps over it rather than avoiding it. Keeping this interest of the child in mind, you can devise the following play activity. Take a long piece of rope and drape it over two objects such as chairs, stools, boxes or bricks, so that the rope is about 2 inches off the floor. The toddler will enjoy stepping over the rope. She becomes skilled at this. You can raise the level of the rope gradually to about 6 inches from the floor. Do not tie the rope at the ends because the child could trip if her feet got caught in it. This activity, besides being an interesting game which improves her motor skills and balance, will give her a sense of mastery. Once the toddler can hop and jump, you can try a variation of the above play activity. Place a rope on the floor and ask the child to jump over it with both feet together. As her coordination improves, you can show her how to jump sideways over the rope. After some days, you can raise the rope about an inch from the ground. You have to be careful about the height to which you raise the rope, as the child may trip over the rope if it is too high. Toddlers love to do errands. When Sabina's elder brother is asked to bring the mother's knitting from inside the house, she runs ahead saying, "No, I will get it," and cries if her brother does not let her do the task. Most children feel happy if they are involved in small tasks, like picking lip things and handing them over or putting them at a different place. They follow instructions like, "Give me the book," and "Put your toys in the box." There are many opportunities in the home and the daycare center to involve the children in the task that one may be doing. Such experiences help the toddler to develop confidence in her abilities. Done playfully, such activities become a game for children. Sometimes in their zeal, they may not heed the instructions. Take the example of Chandu. Chandu was getting irritable and, in an attempt to soothe him, his grandmother tried to amuse him with seashells. She asked him to pick up some from a basket and bring them to her. He picked up a handful and gave them to her. She asked him for more seashells and he went back to pick some again. After the third time she said, "Now don't get any more. Let's play with these." He acknowledged her instruction with but went back nonetheless to get some more and gave them to her. He made several such trips despite his grandmother's repeated requests not to bring any more, till he himself tired of this activity. Children of all ages love to play with a ball and toddlers are no exception. They will chase the ball, pick it up, throw it and roll it. You will be able to think of many games that can be played using a ball. One such game can be played in the following manner. The toddler and the caregiver sit facing each other. The caregiver gently rolls the ball towards the child and asks her to roll it back. To add novelty to the game, a tunnel can be made using chairs or boxes. The child and the caregiver then sit at the two ends of the tunnel and roll the ball to each other through it. Such an activity fosters the child's understanding of space. It also gives her a chance to understand the concepts of under, through, and side as the ball rolls. In such a way, cognitive and language development is fostered. During the third year, the toddler likes to participate in a game of catching the ball. You can use a big, light ball for this. A light cardboard box or a similar article would also serve the purpose. Stand close to the toddler and throw the ball slowly to her. She will extend her arms and try to catch it. It does not matter if she cannot. As she throws the ball back to you, it may sometimes fall behind her or in front of her, but she still finds the game interesting. Let us read about the game Sonia plays very often with her elder sister. Sonia holds on to her sister's waist and they pretend that they are a train. Her sister says, "Coo, chook, 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 chook." Now we reach the river. We have to go slow, over the bridge. Around the trees now. Be careful of the branches. Bend your head, Sonia. Chook, chook. Oh, what a big stone. Jump over it. Jump, jump. Chook, chook, chook. So many stones. Jump, jump. Now we are out of the jungle. We will go fast now. The station is going to come. Go slow. Slow down. Chook, chook, chook. Stop. Now the train will rest and drink water. After a rest, this game continues. Such games stimulate toddlers' imagination. They will suggest other imaginary situations and characters which you can then enact with them. These games also give them the opportunity to understand concepts of slow fast, in out, over under as they go in a tunnel, and come out of it, go slow over the hill, and fast down the slope. As fine motor abilities develop, the toddler is able to manipulate a variety of materials. Many play activities can be planned to strengthen her fine motor control. If you provide play material like blocks made of wood or cardboard, the toddler will build a tower by balancing one block on top of another. She will push them down and start all over again. She can unscrew caps from bottles and pens, and open and shut the lids of boxes. Give her containers of various sizes and she will try to fit one into the other. Give her a box full of small articles like buttons, seeds, stones, bottle caps, pen caps, and whatever else you can find. She will repeatedly empty the container and put the articles back into it again. The toddler will be absorbed for long periods in this activity. As the objects strike the bottom, they make a sound, which keeps her happily entertained. As the toddler gets to practice with this, you can increase the complexity of the game in the following manner. Cut holes of various sizes in the lid and put it on the box. Then take articles of different sizes and ask the toddler to put these through the holes. As she sees that some articles go through some holes and not through others, she will form an idea of shape and size. Such play activities help develop the concept of size and give the toddler an understanding that objects occupy some space. She comes to know about properties of objects and her cognitive and language development is fostered. Playing with sand and water is spontaneous and toddlers find it fun. Mohan would sit near his mother while she washed clothes. He would take a mug and pour water from one bucket to another, from one mug to the other, over himself and all around him. Toddlers like to splash in the water. You can make paper boats for the child and float them in the bucket. Children like to rake their fingers through sand. They draw different shapes in it. They will enjoy playing with clay, feeling it in their hands, pounding it flat, squeezing it and rolling it into balls. They will roll the balls into snakes if you show them how. Do not expect them to make elaborate figures. At this age, playing with sand or clay is more of a sensory experience than an attempt to create something. They enjoy the feel of these materials. When children play with water or sand, we tend to get concerned about their clothes, and they themselves, getting dirty. In this concern, if we prevent children from playing thus, we would be curtailing a major source of discovery. Sand and water play point lead the child to discover many concepts such as heavy and light, more and less, shape, space, color. Allow them to play with water and sand. You must be careful in case they try to taste the sand. Once they finish playing, give them a wash and, if need be, change their clothes. As the toddler is able to hold a pencil, chalk or a stick in her hand, she begins to scribble. She scribbles on paper, walls, floor or mud, with whatever she finds. Scribbling on the floor with a piece of brick or tilde hulk is as much fun as scribbling on paper with crayons. In fact, the floor provides more area. Seeing their chalk marks on a surface gives children the confidence of having produced something. Toddlers are likely to be interested in the material you give them to scribble with. They will feel, smell and try to put the chalk in their mouth to taste it, so you must be careful. Scribbling is the first stage in learning to write, and you must encourage the child's natural desire to scribble. The toddler delights in hide and seek games. As you hide a toy behind your back, she will try to look for it. When she comes close to finding it, change the position of the toy. She will follow your movement and continue the game. You can take some old newspapers and show her how to crumple them into balls. Involve her in making these balls. When you have got many paper balls, put them in a big container. As the child watches, hide a toy in the heap of crumpled paper and ask her to search for it. Music and movement involve everybody, particularly children. On hearing music, most toddlers clap, tap or dance spontaneously. Every time Ramu hears the sound of the drum or the snake charmer's pipe, B leaves whatever he is doing and runs out of the house. He taps his feet to the beat and dances, listening to the music attentively. Soft music has a soothing effect. If you have the facility, play soothing music for some part of the day in your home or at the center. It will provide a pleasant atmosphere. A child of 2 years repeats a few words of a rhyme and by 3 years of age will be able to sing a short rhyme. You can clap or play an instrument along with the rhyme and the child is sure to enjoy it even more. Each region in our country has a rich tradition of such rhymes. Are you aware of some children's songs and rhymes in your part of the country? Toddlers enjoy movement. They love to be rocked and bounced, enjoying the swinging motion. One game which most toddlers enjoy is riding on a person's back, pretending that they are riding a horse, a camel or an elephant. If the caregiver varies the manner of her walk, making it fast for the horse, slow for the elephant and swaying bumpily to the camel, the child will laugh with delight. Later on, the caregiver can ask the toddler to walk as different animals do. Toddlers listen to short and simple stories attentively. They will pay special attention to the pictures that you show them while narrating stories. The child of 3 will be able to identify characters of a story she is familiar with. She will also remember the sequence of a story she has heard often and will correct you if miss out an event. Using gestures and movements makes the story more interesting. Toddlers will enjoy jumping like a monkey or a frog, moving their hands like the elephant's trunk and so forth in keeping with the events of the story. They will mew like a cat and roar like a lion. While narrating a story, you can use finger puppets to dramatize. With improved finger Dexterity, the toddler will be able to wear the puppets on her fingers and will enjoy playing with them. Allow her to use them as you tell a story. In the latter part of this unit, we have explained how to make these puppets. Stories and rhymes are ways through which you can introduce new words and concepts to toddlers. A story of an elephant, for example, can be followed by a discussion on what the elephant looks like, where it lives, what it eats, and so forth. This discussion should be guided by what the children are interested in and what they ask. You will read more about storytelling and dramatization in Block 6. You must have understood by now that everyday situations provide many opportunities to help the toddler understand concepts. The toddler's understanding of color can be strengthened by asking her the colors of the clothes that people are wearing, or of the fruits and vegetables in the market. These day-to-day situations provide opportunities for the child to learn. Helping the child identify parts of the body can be made into a game. The child can stand in front of the mirror with you and you can ask the child to point to your nose or ears in the image. In such interactions, the child also learns about her body and knows that she is like other people. Some points to remember while organizing play activities for toddlers. Times the surroundings should be clean, attractive, and stimulating. Times toddlers have just become mobile and enjoy activity. Allow them to be active and to explore their surroundings. Do one tend restrict their movement unnecessarily, unless there is risk. Times keep the environment safe. Remove the things which you do not want the child to touch. Times provide a choice in the play activities and play materials so that the child has freedom to select an activity or material. Times repeat an activity after a gap of some time as children like repetition and they feel happy when they master an activity. Times participate in the play activities with the toddler. Interacting with the caregiver provides the child immense opportunities for learning. Times observe toddlers as they play as this will help you to understand them better. Check your progress exercise 1. 1. If you were to carry out the following activities with toddlers, in which areas would you be fostering development primarily? Answer briefly in the space provided below. A. Playing a game of passing the ball through a tunnel made by keeping chairs side to side. B. Singing a rhyme and involving the toddler by asking her to perform the actions along with you. C. Giving the toddler articles to put in a box. D. Playing a game of pretending to be boats moving down the river. 2. Of the 4 play activities written below, which would not be appropriate for the toddler and why? A. Giving the toddler stuffed toys to play with and toys to pull. B. Asking the toddler to complete a jigsaw puzzle. C. Narrating a story. D. Asking the toddler to arrange a collection of 5 twigs according to size. 16.3 Things to make. You can make some of the toys described in the text below. Stuffed toys. The ones described in Unit 11 can be made for toddlers as well. You can make some of them in the shapes shown here. Look at the screen for soft bags to feel and play with. You will need the following materials: about 10 to 12 pieces of cloth about 7 inch into 7 inch, cotton, thread and needle, sawdust, pebbles, seeds, beads, and leaves. Stitch 2 pieces of cloth together to make a bag. Leave a small opening in the bag. In this way make 5 to 6 bags. Turn the bags inside out. Fill them partially with sawdust, pebbles, seeds, beads and leaves. Put different things in each bag. Stitch the Open ends of the bags. As the child plays with and squeezes the bags, each one will feel different. These bags can be used to play games of throw and catch as well as help the child develop her sense of touch. Toys to fit into each other. To make these you will require plastic bottles, cardboard boxes and similar cartons of various sizes, and an instrument to cut them. Take plastic bottles of different sizes and cut them from the middle. These containers, some big, some small, can be fitted into each other. You can make similar play material from cardboard boxes and toothpaste cartons. The cartons and boxes should be of a material which is safe, so that when you cut them from the middle, the cut edge does not hurt the child. Using a box made of tin will be harmful since its cut edge will be sharp and may hurt the child. Toys to pull. Collect match boxes, lids of boxes, plastic cups, bottle caps, beads and similar material. To make this, take a matchbox. Pierce one end and attach a long siding to it. The toddler will enjoy pulling it along as she walks. The strings should be strong so that it does not break when the child pulls it. Look at the screen for table content.
In the same way you can string together lid of boxes, plastic cups, bottle caps and beads. As the child pulls them along, they will make a sound she will like. Take a big cardboard box and attach a string to it. The child can use it as a cart to carry things from one place to another. Tie a piece of paper to a siring. As the toddler runs with the string in her hand, the paper will snap and make a sound. A toy to push. To make this toy you will need a cylindrical till, a straw-in stick about 12 inches long, some pebbles, a wire about 30 inches long and a sharp instrument to pierce the tin. Take an empty cylindrical tin. Put a few pebbles, seeds, marbles in it and then put the lid back. Pierce a hole in the bottom as well as in the lid of the tin. It should be large enough so that a stick can pass through it. The stick should protrude from both ends. Take the wire and curve it in the shape of a C. Attach the two ends of the wire to the two ends of the stick so that the child can hold it and roll the tin on the ground. Puppets. Finger puppets are easy to make and are great fun. Take a piece of paper. Cut a semicircle of diameter 4 inches. Roll it into a cone and paste the two ends together. Seam it. Draw the face of the character you want to depict. Depending on the character, you can add a cap, a beak, ears, horns, etc. This cone can be worn on the finger and you have a puppet ready. You can follow some shapes drawn here to make the puppets. You can draw the characters of the story on your fingers and use them as finger puppets. You will read more about puppets in Block 6. 16.4, Summing UP. In this unit you read about the play activities that can be planned for toddlers. The activities described take into account the interest and abilities of toddlers. As the toddler is more mobile than the infant, you can now organize activities that help her to walk, run, jump and climb. Other activities for motor development would be to give the child play material to pull, push, put into each other, throw and catch. Toddlers enjoy listening to stories and rhymes. They will be able to repeat a few lines from the rhymes and name the characters of the stories and rhymes. In these interactions, children learn new words and concepts. They learn about their environment as they go to the market, to the railway station or travel in the bus. Some points that you need to remember while planning activities have been highlighted in this unit. Along with these, some ways of making toys have also been described. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video with the next chapter.